everyone, welcome to another Woolen Yarn Box unboxing. So today we're going to be unboxing the July box, which is Mermaid Cove. It's going to be an amazing adventure. But first, if you haven't heard of a Woolen Yarn Box, let me tell you just a little bit about it. So we, the Woolen women, curated these special boxes surrounding around the theme Places You Knit. So the idea is that it's an all immersive yarny experience, meaning you're getting scented goodies such as an 8-ounce candle. You're going to smell the ocean. You're going to smell mermaids, whatever our take is on that scent. Use your imagination. And you're going to get extra goodies that are all themed around that adventure for the place you're knitting that month. And then it's delivered directly to your door every month. So it's really exciting to be able to bring you a whole experience where everything matches, which we love. It's all surrounding around a fun theme. And your project can really have some fun memories attached. So let's dive into the box. So this month's box for July is still for pre-order up until I believe the 22nd or 23rd. Definitely check on that just to make sure, but it's still for pre-order, and I just want to show you all the special goodies inside. So the colorway, we'll start with that. We have to start with the yarn because it's just so beautiful this month. Here it is. Look how gorgeous that is. It looks like a mermaid tail, doesn't it? It is a mermaid tail. Look at this little fin hanging out. Honestly, if we just, now it's really a mermaid tail. It's just gorgeous. It's got these gorgeous teal blues, obviously those aquas, a little bit of that green tone in there, and of course the purple and pinks. And then we've paired it with this seafoam white mini, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second, because we have the most amazing colorwork pattern that we include in our box this month. So every month you get your box and you get your yarn that will be enough for your pattern. If it's not enough, we let you know if you need to stash bust a little. This month, we're going to throw in an extra 20-gram mini, so you'll have 40 grams total, to make sure you can knit at least a size medium. But we'll talk about that when we get to the pattern. So here is the sock set. This is Mermaid Tails or Mermaid Cove. I'm still toying with the name here, Mermaid. It is amazingly gorgeous. Ocean just reminds me of a mermaid tail for sure. So with your box, your base is always 80/20, and it's our 80/20 superwash merino nylon. However, if you are a crocheter, you have the option to get single skein or sock set always. But if you are a crocheter, please let us know. We will contact you and you can get a different base, a thicker base. This goes for knitters as well. If you want a DK sock set, let us know. But all changes, pauses, or anything like that have to be done 2 weeks before the 7th of the month. That's the last time you can make changes. We need those 2 weeks to make the box very special for you before they ship, obviously. So this one's on an 80/20. I think I have a... Oh, I have a worsted here for a crocheter. I have not wound up yet. Look how gorgeous this is. We'll just show you a view here that you can actually see each color individually. So this is a superwash merino, 100%. This is a worsted weight for a crocheter that we did. So just gives you an idea. You can make changes to your base, but if you don't request a change, it will come in 80/20. So for this month's box, we are giving a sock set pattern. We usually give a sock set pattern. However, there are some times we'll give hats, little shawls, like a one skein shawl project or something. So it's not always socks, but we do love socks around here for a Woolen Yarn Box. So the pattern we're doing this month is Under the Sea Socks by Krupa Knits. And look at this. How amazing is that? It's so pretty. So pretty. Look at those mermaid scales. They came out great. And then, of course, you have to have a mermaid tail, right? So there's your mermaid tail. Your tail is on the top on one sock, and then it is on the bottom on the other sock. So I just want to tell you a little bit about these. So the pattern designer, Krupa Knits on Instagram, you can find her. She does so many amazing colorwork patterns. She tells us if you do the heel, toe, and cuff, which I believe she did in the contrasting color, allows you, they use anywhere from 24 to 50 grams of the contrasting color. We're going to give you 2 minis, 220 grams, so you'll have 40 grams. That's going to probably be enough to cover a small and a medium. Maybe large. Honestly, you could probably do large as well if you do what we've done here. So 1 mini will do a small, and it will do the cuff and the color work. We've left, and we kind of wanted the colorway to shine. And when I say we, my very talented test knitter, creative yarnaholic on Instagram, or Rachel, she knits up all our Woolen Yarn Box samples. And we wanted this gorgeous mermaid tails colorway to shine. We left it on the heel and made the toe the same. So you can do contrasting, but just make sure to check your yardage. Keep in mind, we will give you your 220 grams. So you have 40 grams total to do your color work. That's kind of one of our added extra goodies for this box. And it will give you enough to do probably, it might do heel, toe, and cuff definitely for the small, as well as the color work. But definitely check your yardage. If you're doing a medium or a large, you may want to scale down and do what I've done here. And Rachel's just given this a little extra pop of seafoam white at the top, and then left the heel and toe the main color. So you're going to get this pattern, or rather you get the pattern code. So we're going to give you a download code so you can download your free pattern of Krupa Knits Under the Sea socks in your gorgeous Mermaid Tails colorway. And if you order single skein and you still want to do these socks, you should probably just stash bust. So if you're gonna pick, I picked white because I feel like it comes out the best on top of this nice variegated mermaid colors. But if you pick something super blue, like a dark blue, that might work really well, or a very, very royal purple, or a super dark teal. So you could stash bust if you're doing a single skein subscription for sure. Let me show you the charms because they are absolutely amazing, and Sami matched the colors perfectly. Now I'm going to show you a few skin tones here because our boxes have really become special in the last 4 months with being able to allow you to customize. So when you subscribe to a Woolen Yarn Box, you can actually pick your skin tone so that way any character charm that you receive from Sam's Tiny Trinkets in these boxes will look just as beautiful as you. So you can pick any skin tone. And if you're a current subscriber that hasn't picked a skin tone and you'd like to, there's a separate listing for that, so you can check that out. But look at these mermaids. They are just so beautiful. Sami has made, I mean, she's really always outdoes herself, but look at this hair on these beautiful little mermaids. Their tails are gorgeous. So in your kit, you're going to get a special mermaid from Sam's Tiny Trinkets in the skin tone of your choice. And then you're going to get a little clamshell. There's a little clamshell stitch marker that goes with this as well. So I just want to show you too is that these mermaids, although they're really awesome in size, they do not pull your stitches. So I want to show you how lightweight they are. See that? No stitch pulling. Her hardware is amazing. She's just changed it over the last 2 months. So you just pull them apart now and take it off, which I think is much easier user-wise than the lobster claw clasp. I actually really like this one better. I was about to say lobster claw. Okay, so you'll get your charms. You're going to get a set of 2. Your mermaid and your little clamshell. I'll tell you about basic boxes after this in case you want to simplify your box for budget or yarny needs, whatever you'd like. You're going to get a little dumpling pouch. So we always give a sewn goodie in our boxes. For the June box, we did a water bottle cover. And for this box, we're going to do 2 special sewn goodies. We are going to do a little dumpling pouch. So this is going to hold all your little notions. It is box bottomed, so it's kind of roomy in there. You can stick all your goodies inside. And speaking of little goodies that you can stick inside there, we're going to give you a scissor cover. So this is for your embroidery scissors. I know I always have a pair in my project bags. I'm not really a fan of trying to rip the yarn. I really like to cut it, so I keep little embroidery scissors in my project bag, and keeping them covered is a must so you don't puncture your project or cut any unwanted yarn that you don't want to cut. So that is the little scissor cover. Ooh, there's something floating there. Got all this fluff from mohair I just spun. So I'm just going to pop that right in my little dumpling pouch here. Super cute. Everything has this gorgeous fabric in mermaid scales and a really pretty mermaid colored inside. And so does your cover. So everything's going to match. I just love how these look up against the yarn. Isn't that beautiful? They all match. Everything always matches. I love that. So there is your sewn goodies. I'm excited about our other extra here because while I'm knitting, I definitely, and I knit a lot of sweaters. When I'm not busy, I knit a lot of sweaters. So when I'm knitting sweaters, I definitely want to be able to try them on. And so in order to do that, you have to slip it off the needles, right? And so we are giving you an extra. I'm trying to get out. So I have knitted here. This is a sleeve. Normally we're talking in the round and you would have to slip your stitches off the needles to try it on. And so we are giving you cords that will hold your stitches. And so they come in this adorable little tin. We're giving you 2 sized cords. So this is the little tin they come in. Of course, that had to match as well. Love it. And we're giving you a 60-inch and a 30-inch cord. And so these cords are really awesome because they have a hole in the center and you can insert your needle tip and then you can slip your stitches off. So right now this is a ChowGoo needle. It's a size US 7. And the tip fits on here, and you can actually take your stitches and you can start slipping them onto the cable. So I really love these. If I have to try on my project, I can just keep going and slip them on there. You always want to be careful you don't slip off your stitches. If you have a bigger needle like this 7, it's a good idea to just make sure you secure that. And you can push it on here pretty well. So if you push pretty good, get it really on there, it's going to stay really well. So these are awesome. And then you just remove it. And we give you that 60-inch and a 30-inch. So if you're like me, you just have a sleeve or something you want to slip off the needles. If you have to like hold stitches, you can just slip a few off onto these. And then you just wind it up and it goes right into your little holder. I love these little holders. They're little screw top tins, and you can stick this in your handy little dumpling pouch, right? So just put that right in there. So all your notions go in there. And then while you're knitting, because like I said, this is an all immersive yarny experience, we want to smell, I want to say smell mermaids. I feel like mermaid hair is so beautiful. So we want to smell the mermaids, the ocean. And so we've had like this sort of like a sea salt, but a floral at the same time. It's like a sweet smelling candle, because I imagine that's how mermaids would smell. And I hope it brings you some mermaid inspiration as well. But we always have different tins. So for this month, we'll probably have some kind of purple tin. This is a candle we had for one of our fairy garden boxes. And the candles are always decorated differently. So this one was a tinge of green. Sometimes we color them. Sometimes we leave them plain. It just depends on the theme of your box. But we'll probably do something similar to this because this is a beautiful purple that matches your mermaid tail. So you're going to smell that amazing, sweet ocean salty goodness when you light this candle. It is 8 ounces. You're going to get quite a burn out of this. It is made with all natural soy wax, so there's no wax additives or anything like that. We hand pour them ourselves. And then in addition to that, that same amazing smell is going to be in, this month we have a wool wash bar. So we alternate between months. One month you'll get a lanolin lotion bar, and the next month you'll get a wool wash bar. So at any given month, you're always getting a little goodie that you might need for blocking your socks and washing them, and for your own hands. So if you don't want to snag your yarn and you want your hands nice and soft, that's what that lanolin lotion bar is for. So this month we're going to do a wool wash bar, but I'll show you the lanolin lotion bar. We had one last month. This one smells amazing. So these do roll up. You roll it up and you basically just run it through your hands, and then it pops closed. So this would be a nice little accessory to put in your dumpling pouch as well. And so when you rub that through your hands, first of all, your hands are going to feel amazing. But when you work with your yarn after using it, it's going to condition the wool. And so, because it has lanolin in it. So it's a lanolin lotion bar, and it will condition your wool. And when you put it back in your project bag, it makes everything smell absolutely fantastic when you take it out and start working on it again. So that was amazing for our June box. Our July box, this Mermaid Cove, is going to have the most amazing soaps. We hand pour them ourselves, and because I just had to show you the shape. Normally I just show a lotion bar that we had, or a wool wash bar that we had, and this time I just had to show you the actual pours that I have, because they're just so cute. And we make these fresh, so we're going to make them as close to when the boxes go out as possible. So here they are. How adorable is this? So your wool wash bar is going to either be a little clamshell, a mermaid tail, one of those, but it's going to be a summertime adorable wool wash bar. And so these are lanolin wool wash bars. They're no rinse, so you can actually just run that through your hands. We never dye these or anything. They're going to be all natural. But again, you're going to get a card, and that will tell you everything in case of any allergies or anything that you have, sensitive skin. So everything's on there, but it is no rinse. So what you can do is actually just run it through your hands, make the water just a little bit opaque. You can kind of see the wool wash going into the water, and then just let your yarn soak. Or if you've knitted your socks, you're going to just press them down, let them soak in a basin about 10 minutes, no longer than, like, some people do 20 or 30. It's up to you, but don't do too long. And then you're going to take them out, wring them out. If you have sock blockers, use those, and you're going to hang them to dry, something like that. So they're going to smell like the mermaid scent. So this is going to be amazing, because it starts bringing in that whole theme where from start to finish you are smelling, feeling, and seeing the ocean and seeing the mermaids. So yeah, I think that is just about it for the box. It is just brimming with amazing goodies. We are so excited to announce that we made #1 on the top 25 yarn subscription boxes on the Heart Hook Home blog. So Ashley is the founder of the blog. She runs it, and she absolutely loved our fairy garden box. And she has recommended us as #1 for yarn subscription boxes. So if you haven't tried these special boxes, now is the time. We are going to keep them small, my friends, because if we don't, we can't curate all these special little extras and these amazing goodies that we do. We hand pour all of these. And we want to keep them special. We want to keep them that way. So as soon as we reach a certain number, we are going to put a wait list up. And we are so excited to say that we've grown enough where boxes are starting to ship out in batches. So we used to be able to ship on the 7th of every month. Now we are so excited to say that we've grown, and we've started to ship boxes in batches throughout the week of the 7th. We always put a notice out for those things. So we are just so excited that you love the boxes, and we are so excited that we can make them extra special for you. So to recap, you get your pattern download code. You get your sewn accessories like this little dumpling pouch here. See if I can get your goodies out of there. Your dumpling pouch, your scissor cover, all in your sweet mermaid theme. You get your cords, your stitch cords at 60 inch and 30 inch in this cute little holder in this tin. You get your wool wash bar, lanolin wool wash bar. You get your special mermaid tail yarn. We're going to have 2 minis for a total of 40 grams of your contrasting color. You can change your base, so don't forget that. And of course, you get Sam's Tiny Trinkets, customized to be just as beautiful as you when you pick your skin tone. Look at how gorgeous they are. And you get 1 mermaid and a clamshell. And then I just want to remind you, if you're not a fan of scents, if you don't like scents for whatever reason, I've had some people say that they have allergies or something like that. We now offer basic boxes. So for the last few months, we opened basic boxes with an option to omit the candle. You're going to get the yarn, the charm, and you only get 1 charm of the basic box. So in this case, it would be the more intricate charm. So it will be this little mermaid. You can always request the other charm. So like when you subscribe, if you're like, I want the clamshell, put that in the notes. And you get your little extra goodie here, and you get your pattern. The full box comes with those scented goodies. So definitely check this out if you haven't already. It's a woolen yarn box. You can subscribe on woolenwomenfiber.com. And then check out Woolen Women Fiber's Instagram. We are always doing an update on reveals. So we reveal around the 7th of every month. We'll reveal another box. And check out our website to subscribe to our email list. So we always send out those reveals via email for our subscribers as well. And then just reminders about the pre-orders closing and things like that, so you don't miss out on any of these amazing themes, because these are one of a kind for these boxes. They will be nowhere else, and they cannot be, you cannot order them after the fact. So please take advantage. We don't want you to miss out on a great adventure. So see you in July for Mermaid Cove, and check back here for even more unboxings each month. Bye!